Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron McKenzie. Everybody loves Wolverine. His grumpy attitude, cool abilities, and wicked claws make him quite the fan favorite. But you know my favorite part? The fact that he's not afraid to get down and dirty and very, very bloody. So let's talk about some of his more murderous times. Here are the top 10 most violent Wolverine kills of all time. First, I gotta give an honorable mention to Rose O'Hara. It was a heartbreaking moment, but it just wasn't quite violent enough to make it on the list. Now let's hop into the list proper. Number 10. Jean Grey. During the Planet X storyline, Wolverine and Jean Grey were trapped on asteroid M by Magneto, who was masquerading under the guise of Zorn. The asteroid was hurtling towards the sun, and to keep her from suffering, Logan decided to stab her out of mercy. The panel with the stabbing is fairly simple, but very graphic, showing the blood spurting from her back, and it was made more scarring by the fact that it was Jean frickin' Grey. Now, as it happened, this worked out because the sun set off Jean's Phoenix Force and she saved both of them. So, okay, technically he didn't kill her, but screw it, it counts. Number 9. Sabretooth. As some of you may know, Sabretooth had something of a tradition where he would come around every year to make Wolverine's life worse, making Logan eventually come to dread his birthday. Eventually, Logan got tired of this and decided enough was enough. One year, he busted out his Marasma blade that could nullify healing powers, which he kept in case he needed to be killed. When Sabretooth came back to be a jerk again, Wolverine was ready. First, he chopped off Creed's arm and rubbed it in that it wouldn't go back. Then, after being encouraged to finish the job, he does. Pretty brutally. Off with his head. Number 8. Thomas Logan. This was James Howlett's first and most life-changing kill. In Wolverine The Origin number 1, we saw Logan before he took on the name Logan, and went by his original name, James Howlett. When Thomas Logan, the groundskeeper and biological father to James, kills the man James thought to be his father, the boy's mutation presents itself, and he uses his new bone claws to kill the murderer. It was an intense and violent scene, but the whole storyline was quite well done, and really gave you a sense of what would cause Logan to end up the way he does. Number 7. Daken. This is one I've talked about before, but it's too intense to leave out. When Wolverine's son, Daken, is working for Norman Osborn on the Dark Avengers, Wolverine sets out to put a stop to the bloodshed the only way he knew how, by killing his son. This death was incredibly tragic and scarring for a few reasons. First, it's obviously super violent, seeing him slice into the young man. Then we have to watch him drown his son to stop him from regenerating. But to make matters worse, these acts of violence were punctuated by images in Logan's head of the life they could have had. Images of his son learning to tie his shoes, roasting marshmallows over a fire, going to prom. I started tearing up just writing this. It was so emotional. While it wasn't the most overtly bloody or violent death, the fact that he didn't use his claws but had to actually think about it and drown his son was just too much. Number 6. The Weapon X workers. In the Weapon X arc, we got to see Wolverine go ham, and it was awesome. When a drunken Logan was captured by the agents of Weapon X, he suffered through a number of terrible procedures, only surviving with the help of his regenerative abilities. Adamantium was bonded to his skeleton as memories were erased, but he eventually escaped and proceeded to absolutely destroy his captors, stabbing chests, removing limbs, and ending lives. It was pretty gruesome and, yes, violent. Number 5. Killing his children. Given Logan's propensity towards making sweet love to a wide variety of ladies, it's not surprising that he would have a number of illegitimate children. Although you'd think someone with a mutation like that would be a bit more careful with condoms. In Wolverine Volume 4 number 1, Logan goes up against the Mongrels, a band of mutants trained to fight him. Wolverine fights the group and kills each member, only to find out they were actually his illegitimate children. It turns out that while the children were trained to fight Logan, they were trained to lose the fight, with the goal of messing with Logan's psyche. And let's be real, it definitely messed with him. Number 4. Most people in the Marvel Universe. In What If Enemy of the State, Wolverine was brainwashed by Hydra and the Hand and began killing various characters in his own brutal fashion. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, he kills a lot of people in a lot of messed up ways. In the end, he's defeated in a pretty epic way. After slaughtering most of the party sent to deal with him, Kitty Pryde puts her arm into his brain and solidifies it. And while he does chop the arm off, the damage is done and we see him looking totally disfigured with an arm sticking out of his head. He's eventually captured and reprogrammed, but there were a lot of nasty deaths in his wake. Number 3. The X-Men. In the Old Man Logan universe of Earth 807-128, we saw Mysterio turn his gaze to Wolverine. Wolverine went to the X-Mansion where he found that it was overrun by a bunch of supervillains. So he did what any grizzled old killer would do. He sliced and he diced and he killed all the villains he found. But as he settled down and the berserker rage subsided, he realized that they weren't villains but were in fact other X-Men. This scene was incredibly brutal and Logan was understandably crushed and tried to kill himself by walking in front of a freight train. Nasty. Number 2. Red Skull. Yep, another Old Man Logan one. Such a great series. In the story, Red Skull was the president of the United States. While Logan is working for Hawkeye, the pair are assaulted by S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and killed. Well, Hawkeye's killed, Logan is Logan. After being taken to Red Skull's headquarters, Logan regenerates and decides he's had enough of Red Skull's nonsense. He finds Captain America's shield, goes over to Red Skull, and chops his stupid head off with the shield. Ah, so satisfying. Number 1. The Hulk. This is another one that I talked about before, but this is just too definitive to not put on this list. This is one of the most gruesome moments in comic history, and also comes from Old Man Logan. Logan was renting property from the Hulk in his territory, but when the rent collectors came to collect the money, Logan was out working for Hawkeye. Hulk got angry that Logan wasn't there and ordered his children to slaughter Logan's family. And when he found out about this, he wasn't pleased. After just destroying most of Hulk's kids, he went up against Hulk and was eaten. But that wasn't the end of him. Regenerating inside the Hulk, he burst out and tore the big guy open from the inside. Yeah. So sick. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Did I leave out your favorite Wolverine moment? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.